November 2025. Consistency. Consistency across the 4 markets we cover: St. Louis County, St. Charles County, St. Louis City, Jefferson County. High overview. Active listings were all down year over year, and when we compare 5 years back, down November 20th to 25. When you look at sales, again, consistency. All markets, November 25 over November 24, they were down compared to November 20, significantly down. Then you look at pricing. Pricing was a tad up in St. Louis County, up 1.7% year over year. But going back to November 20th, it was up over 19%. St. Charles County, 3% bump up November 25 over 24 in closing prices. But compared to November 20th, massive appreciation, 38%. St. Louis City saw something that was really special. We did see prices go up. As we know, prices have been really steady or actually decreasing, but we saw some great bump ups in St. Louis City. There were some high performing areas that were seeing some great prices in parts of the city. Although if you were to look globally at the St. Louis City, it's underperforming. Many pockets are underperforming, but some really great areas when you're talking about the Tower Groves, the Benton Parks, the Lafayette Squares, and our surrounding Holly Hills and on, those places are selling and prices are continuing to increase. Jefferson County, we saw slight 7% increase in prices November 25 over 24, which is good news. But again, you look at November 25 versus November of 2020, prices up 35%. So consistency across the board. What does this all mean? It means that inventory levels are exceptionally low. Great homes are selling, but we're just not seeing the sales come through because there's not enough homes active on the market. I wrote in my newsletter as a follow-up, I talked about the 50-year mortgage and rate portability. Looking at the 50-year mortgage, I'm not really excited about it. Yes, it will bring some more people into the market, but it's going to bring them into a market that has a weakness in inventory, that has a supply side issue. What it's going to do is it's going to ultimately, if 50-year does happen, it's going to create a lot of new buyers in the market. And if there aren't new sellers, supply side issue, we're just going to see prices go up. And that's good for sellers, but not for those buyers who are already stretching out their equity. However, rate portability, I love it. I love it as something that will solve the supply side issue. Can you imagine there are a bunch of sellers? I'm talking about a massive amount of sellers, over 50%, that have mortgage rates under 3.5%. Now, if they're not stuck in that mortgage at that home and they can bring that with them to their new home, it's going to open up a whole entire new market. So I'm really excited about that. But overall, if that doesn't happen, I really don't see any massive changes in inventory over the next 6 months or so. We certainly aren't seeing interest rates go down. We're seeing interest rates fluctuate, and they're still in the low to mid sixes. Don't really have any expectation that those are going to fall. So the only thing that buyers can hope for is significant increase in inventory, and sellers, too many are waiting for the interest rates to come down, which I don't think they're going to come down. So again, we're in a holding pattern there, and it will be interesting to watch over the next 6 months to see where this all goes. There's just not the sellers putting their homes on the market. Some are taking their homes off the market. Certainly, those great homes are still selling. Many of them, multiple offers and over asking. When we talked to our team today about what's happening in the market, they had showed homes that were selling with multiple offers. The other thing is, snowy last week, the market was moving. And so traditionally, fourth quarter has always been one of our strongest fourth quarters. But even snowy last week, great activity happening across the market, not just for us, but buyers buying homes. less inventory, serious buyers out there. So if you're a seller in this weak inventory market you've been hearing me talk about, get your home on the market because there are buyers that are waiting for your home. I'll keep you up to date, but again, I'd expect a lot of what we saw in November to carry through in December, January, February. Keep you up to date. We're really going to watch this next few months.